shut the whole thing off anyways.
I just upset I bothered to watch it at all.
4 hours, you're never gonna get
Never
back.
gonna get back.
Dad Bunny held on to the football longer than we did.
Okay, you're on now. Put your microphones on, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the February 9th, 2026 Board of Selectmen meeting, starting at 7 o'clock. I invite you all to join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment.
I'm Henry Tiffany, and I am a seventh generation inheritor in this town, a farm. And I have a business that I've owned for 33 years in Connecticut, but half of it is here in the bus barn down here on East Harding Road. And I purchased last spring this piece of land that you may know as the Wood Homestead on Eastman Hill. And what I'm asking this evening is for your consideration. This is Route 114, obviously. Jack Eaton lives here, and he sold me this 12 acres, which is commercially zoned, 3-phase power, which is what I need. And so the access, and I'll show you, you can see the road running up the side here is to Boeing Fields that Chris Bolton gave.
Yeah.
And the land obviously comes after his.
Sure.
The problem that I am facing is timing. Now, this will be a building, I use this to show you the conceptual idea of a building. I won't be buying that, that's the truck, but
Make good advertising banners.
I know, I have an architect do that. That's not my freehand drawing. But I intend it to be a block building with brick veneer in the tradition of our mill village buildings. I now build steel. I've been a developer and general contractor for 64 years now. So I've done a lot of this elsewhere. But I would like to bring it, the employment and the tax base to this town. This is now where I grew up with a lot of these people, and it's natural. I could do it in other towns in New Hampshire, I could do it in Alaska where but the manufacturing is here. So my issue is working with our land surveyor, explained to me the issues I was going to have with this entrance, which is legal, it's 200 feet plus a quarter foot. And he said, how long, I guess, well, how long, he laid out these various patterns of people, agencies that I had to go through. Then it came out to like 7 or 9 months. He said, if that goes well, he says. Well, I said, okay, this I intend to do. Why I'm here tonight is this Bolton Road, which is where the gate is down here, if you may know where the gate is to keep the kids from screwing up the fields. There is a wood road in here from the pasture days. It would give me access, and I wanted to know if it was possible to, if I improve this and move the gate back to here, if I could have that access so I could get developing this year and continue this process, but then do it in an orderly manner. And so the state says, well, we need this. You guys, I'm sure know that can send you off on a detour that you didn't plan on. So I don't have a time deadline. The building's going to be occupied by my own companies, and we have maybe, depending on who it is, we have 3 or 4 employees here. But this would be designed to be similar to the one that we have in Connecticut, which is 16,000 feet. This would be, I've changed this to a 12,000 feet, it's 100 by 120. And I'd like to do it. You know, this is, I think it would make a good asset to the town, employment, and they don't necessarily bring children, which I recall in various earlier meetings, that's all.
How many people you employ?
Well, In Connecticut, I have about 13. And I have more employees, but they're in other parts of the country of the world. It's because we ship to 43 countries. I mean, I don't think we've ever had a retail store, any kind of sale in Connecticut. They all go in.
It's all outside now.
They even come to New Hampshire, but.
It's a machine shop, right?
Well, no, we have machine shop equipment, but we're a production company that sells our own branded products. We don't do work for anybody else. So our products go into the, what's called the powder and bulk industry, which is powder and bulk.
Sir,
So-
I don't mean to interrupt, but can I have you go to the microphone?
I'd be glad to go anywhere you'd like.
Thank you.
Thank you. We sell to the likes of Nestle's and Procter & Gamble and Tesla for lithium battery manufacturing, because it's all those things, everything but this wooden table starts as powder almost in our society. Everything here was powder at some point. And that gets hung up in the process. So our equipment, our patented equipment, is nothing, you guys would look at it and say, in 10 seconds you'd figure out how to make one. It's that simple. All it is a piston driven out like that, creates an air knife, pushes everything back into the stream. So we sell to the major baby food companies, for example, and they have to have everything staying together, or your little baby will get 52% salt here instead of something else percent, you know. So anyway, I would like to get that built, and I'd like to build it. I will be the general contractor.
I got a couple questions.
Sure.
The gray area, you do not wish to use that, or you can't use that?
No, it's
No, the
parking.
gray areas where we're allowing for turnaround for trucks.
It's asphalt.
That's asphalt. The gray area is for asphalt.
Okay, where's the gray area on this?
It doesn't show on that. I just did that so you guys would know where this was
Yeah, but
and
I
where.
don't- yeah.
So this gray area
Where's
here,
Route
Right by your
114?
finger, Jack.
right by your finger would come up here.
So this is 114?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now why do you want to come up over there?
Because this is gonna take probably this calendar or building season year to go through the bureaucratic process.
Okay, and you want to go on the
Can I-
town access?
Come off of the Bolton Road.
He wants a
Okay.
temporary easement to be able to use it.
To build his building, and then while he's working on his wetlands and his driveway access point.
Because they say the photograph.
So this is a
they-
temporary road that
Yes,
you're asking for?
yes.
I got you.
Okay.
Just so I get it straight, you do have a 200-foot of frontage on the town road, okay, or state road?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now you were just discussing the use of that piece
Please,
for the construction phase.
yes.
Okay.
Which, you know, I mean, it may take me all year to build it. I mean,
But it's for the construction phase, before you get your CO.
well, I would need it until I had the CO.
That's what I'm saying.
It may even be longer if, because of, he may get this built quicker than he can get this permitted.
That's my prediction.
Right. I understand, I get it.
But what I'm trying to get across is so you hypothetically want a CO before you actually have a town access.
He wants to be able to use this until he
get-
gets this built.
No, listen to me, I'm just be real quick. He can use this for the construction, say, okay? If he finishes this and wants to start occupying before it gets done, are you gonna allow him to use this for access? That's my question. I don't think that's,
Our use is low, I mean.
That was-
we get
I think it's a
UPS
question of-
truck one day.
Back to the,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
how do you ship your product in and out?
Oh, well, most of it now, we ship to our shipping department in Connecticut.
By
We have a truck that
UPS
goes
or
back. What's that?
Private truck, UPS?
Yeah, no, our truck.
Your truck.
Our truck. We have a driver that goes back and forth and drops things at JMD and in Hollis or Hudson. You know, we use suppliers in New Hampshire for painting and other parts.
Customers don't come to your place to pick stuff up.
Only once. I even can tell you his name. That's how unusual it is.
Yeah, I know.
Is this a box truck or a tractor trailer? What are they using?
No, the we use?
Yeah.
No, it's a box. It's a narrow box truck.
Okay.
And then we have a small city van, as they call them, I think. So the traffic is our employees coming in between usually around 7 to 3:30. If it's a clerical person, it's usually 8 to 4:30. And we'll have UPS, if we got, when we build this out, I mean, we'll start with just what we have over in the bus barn, which is 5 machines, and the storage area, we store a lot of steel, mainly because we never know. We've been through 2020 as have all of you. And we had some serious interruptions. And if we can't make something, we're out of business. And so I have a year's supply, which is way out of bounds for most businesses, but I have to have, I support about 30 families, and I take it very seriously that we keep the payroll coming.
I'm really just interested is, can we legally do this? That's all I'm concerned about. I think it's practical what you're asking. My question is, it's not a town road, it's a town
Driveway.
access, right away, whatever you want, access road. Can we grant him over that? I mean, do we legally give him that, and then what liability do we assume by doing that, and how would we protect ourselves? I mean, that's really I'm worried about. I'm not worried about what you make per se. I'm just trying to say, I understand what you want now. How do we accomplish it without putting the town aware in a position where we're exposed? And can we legally do this? I mean, can we grant the right across a town-owned piece of property to access that? I mean, I don't know legally. I was asking questions earlier about the zoning stuff. This doesn't fit that because.
Commercial zoning?
I'm just saying it doesn't fit anyways, because you usually use your access to do that. You're asking to come across the town's piece. Does anybody have an answer on that?
I got two trains of thought. From the plan, Jack was previously on the zoning board, I was previously on the planning board, so we got a little bit of
He went to the planning board.
insight.
I think he went.
We allow two structures on a common driveway.
Can you what, sir?
In town zoning ordinance, we allow two properties to use a common driveway
By zoning.
huh?
By zoning.
by zoning. So I think, to answer Jack's question, because there's only one other
Town being one.
facility down there, that would essentially, effectively be the second use off the driveway. Practically, I think it would be a temporary easement to a certain date, and we may even consider some kind of surety for a bond or something for,
Damages.
a maintenance bond, or repair bond, whatever you want to call it, to protect
That piece of
our
road.
driveway.
So, is there a road already there now?
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
No.
There, no,
No,
that's trees.
it's just a stone wall and
Let me ask a goofy question. Why is it easy to do this than it is to do this?
Permitting,
Huh?
permitting,
Why is this taking
these
so
are
long?
wetlands.
Oh,
or supposed wetlands.
It's just hard to tell right now with the snow on the ground.
Well, there's been a U.S. Supreme Court decision that's putting a lot of this positively to the rear of the bus for a while. Whether New Hampshire has gone along with it or not, I don't know. But they determined that everything that's wet is not wetlands.
Was there wetlands going up through here?
No.
No. Okay.
did that driveway meet town spec? It was pretty tight right there, that proposed driveway.
Here?
Not
Oh, no,
there,
that grows-
there.
Oh, here?
No, there. These squiggly little lines are very close
Oh,
together.
I know.
I mean, does it meet the specification of a driveway?
You could, if you
Even if it's temporary?
diagonaled up it,
Okay, I'm just saying,
you couldn't go straight up it, I don't think, but you
I'm
could
just
certainly
saying.
run up at a diagonal.
if you're gonna meet the criteria of a driveway, you gotta do the slope.
Yep.
And if you can come in with a design that meets the driveway spec, and we can figure out how to do the legal, limit our liability, and make sure that we have the right for the permission, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem
It's
with
just
it.
the practical issues to get out of the way.
Yep.
And there's a chance that, from talking to Henry today, there's a chance that the approval and the access to 114 may happen while he's building, but to wait until 6 or 8 months goes to
I got
get the approval.
Before you can even start.
So you'd be out,
He asked about Boltonfield, and I said it's really a driveway.
But it has to be compliant with driveway first.
Right, so it's
Right.
10% maximum grade, and, yeah.
Which,
So if you can lay one out in there,
What's that, sir?
if you could have your surveyor lay out a compliant,
Less than
Driveway.
10% grade.
and we can go
Whether you have
figure
to
out
carve
how to legally do the
And he-
use and the bonding,
Okay,
Yeah.
then you gotta get the planning board to approve the driveway.
Well, you only ask for the planning board if it's more than 10%, right?
Right.
Yeah. If he can do 10% or less, he
That was
doesn't.
pretty steep.
Yeah, but he could.
Go up it like this.
Yeah, I
he
know,
could-
but
he
it
could
looks
go
pretty
across.
steep, so
Yeah.
you need to get
No,
it
no.
designed.
Yeah, yeah.
Until he knows the design, he doesn't know his path.
Correct.
Yes.
well, it would be basically a construction road, temporary. And construction roads don't always have to comply
Don't
with
necessarily
the
need
final,
to, I wouldn't think.
That's what I
with
was,
the final design of a town, because it's a temporary.
Missing the point, I think. We're allowing this under a driveway. Driveway requires certain
I see.
specifications.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to say, I think it'd be reasonable to expect that you have your guy lay out your proposed driveway.
Sure,
Be sure that the planning board's happy with the slopes and all that kind of stuff.
okay.
I guess in parallel, we can go and figure out how we can allow you to use a town right-of-way or a piece of property that we own, and what kind of...
Yeah, we might
bonding.
just, it'll probably be during the summertime, so the gate will be open anyway, but might be a case that possibly need to move the gate back,
Yeah, he talked about that at his
so,
expense.
so.
The other thing
I
is,
don't see a huge
When
deal.
completion occurs, just a thought, you may want him to gate his temporary driveway for ease if there was fire. Just saying, if there was fire, he could come in 114 and come out, and there's not a jam if ever was to be a fire.
No, it could be a fire road.
So you could do a fire emergency road, which is
I-
allowed as well.
I'm thinking on the temporary driveway, where it's temporary and doesn't necessarily need to meet all the driveway standards, the chief might be the one that would wanna weigh in on it, just so if someone was hurt during construction, he was happy with getting his ambulance.
I don't think zoning has a temporary driveway. We either have a driveway or we don't have a driveway.
I think you're right, we're not gonna belabor it, but if he lays out with his engineer compliant driveway,
We're fine.
we can work out the rest of the details on our end.
That's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
I think.
seems reasonable.
I think it needs to be compliant to our specification.
And,
We'll
and
take care of the rest, to understand it.
the road in Bolton Field is pretty much flat as a pancake going through there, so that shouldn't be a problem at all.
No,
Would
No problem.
would putting in the driveway there require moving the Bolton sign back?
No,
So that would remain up on the,
That's gonna be a feat in itself.
right, that's,
Yeah, I think he's well behind that.
yeah.
And you will have your temporary compliant driveway
okay,
gated, so that when you're not there, it can be closed off, people ain't going up there.
So the kids don't go up there and play.
okay.
Might
Just
be
to gate it
one
where you meet the other location.
So there'd be a double gate system?
Be
Is what you-
one to let you
One
on
for
the
the
road.
town
Oh,
fields?
yes, right.
Is that,
Two-
Yeah, 'cause ours stays open.
Ours stays open during the summer
All
anyways.
summer long for playground use, field use.
So there may not be a need for you to move our gate unless it goes in the next winter anyway. You might not have to
well,
even
I'm
pay to move it.
certainly not going to get this underway in March. I know the meeting sources that I have to go through right here.
Right.
So,
I'm just saying, come springtime, unless it goes into next winter, you probably won't even have to move our gate, so.
fine, but I'd be willing to make that, I would accept that condition.
Yes, of course.
And if you put a gate,
Have your guy
if you put a gate at the lot line where you
Have
come
your-
off,
designer put a gate,
On yours, then we would have to
On
worry
yours.
about it.
At the part where you step onto our land.
Yes.
Yeah.
and that could also be the same gate to make it fire road. Put a Knox box on it or something,
Yeah, okay.
right?
Everything, whatever he would like to do.
I mean, there's no sense having him tear it up after he's got it built. You could use it as an access road and just,
And if you ever had anything, emergency or whatever, you could get around the building one way or the other. Go in one way and out the other.
If he wants another driveway through his property, yeah.
Well, we gotta get the building underway first.
yeah.
Okay. So he knows what he's gonna do now.
Okay.
I'm having our land surveyor and his engineers put a design in that pathway in
If it's
the old
same one we
field
talked
road.
about today, he's-
What's that?
If it's the same gentleman we talked about this morning, he's aware of the Article 36 for the driveway.
Okay,
Okay? Just tell him you need a driveway to be compliant with Article 36.
all right.
I have one more question. Is this So this is not approved yet for the access to 114?
No, I have not put in for the state.
What are we gonna do if that access is denied,
It can't be.
Yeah.
even given the wetland considerations?
You can deal with wetlands.
Okay.
They can't deny me access to, that's what the 200 plus feet mean.
Right, okay.
Everybody tells me they won't deny it, but the hoops you're gonna have to go through
Right,
are,
right,
you know, you could do it tomorrow morning without any of the hoops.
absolutely not.
And that's why we gotta craft this easement carefully, because what happens is, particularly the wetlands board, if they figure out that you have a second way in without going through wetlands, they won't give you a wetlands permit. So we have to craft this easement in such a way so that you're motivated to get this thing to, just, so you can give it to the wetlands board, say, look, I can't use that.
How long is the
Okay.
construction on your building gonna start once you get this little road in?
Well,
How long would it take? 6 months?
well, yeah, I mean, certainly the exterior and the roof and all of that, and the general grading, would be that or
When would
less.
you get it up and running?
What's that?
Up and running? When would you get your operation up and running? A year?
Oh, I would say a year.
Then, if we put in there construction, permitted for construction, he should get through all of his hoops with the DES to do this by that time.
I hope so.
Well, I'm just saying, the word construction would prevent, I think, DES
The permanence.
assuming.
That is permanent.
Right.
Right.
So I would put construction in there for us granting it. Our language would be for purposes of construction. The DES wouldn't construe that as being your primary access.
All right, cool. I mean,
Okay.
I think we got a plan. We got a plan.
Got a plan. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a stranger in me doesn't, you all wonder who the hell that man was.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Duffy.
Thank you. Very generous of you
Thank you, sir.
You can have.
Listen.
Yeah, you can have that.
and to give it careful consideration and to give me a hopeful sign here. Really helpful. Thank you very much.
I know where that is.
And I guess there's no other public comments, seeing no other public, so next would be Chief Rourke. Fire panel upgrade discussion.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mark Rourke, 144 North Stark. I emailed you guys last week. We went over the fire alarm panel, and there was some questions that you folks wanted some answers to. And I emailed Tuesday morning. I sent those out to you a little after 9 o'clock. But I'll go over them. One question was, why was the alarm test not done daily? And when I called to the alarm company, they assured me that the test was being done. They get a printout of all the alarms every single day that failed to dial in, and they address those as needed. The information that I got that the alarm was not working was from the phone company, when the phone company was there. But he assured me that the panel was transmitting, and so we did have fire protection for the past couple of years. And I took that, as I said in the email, my bad for listening to the phone company guys and not listening to the alarm guy. But he assured me that is working, or was working. Another question was, does Starlink test daily? And it does, and they keep records of they have records of all the transmissions that happened back and forth and stuff with the alarms. The other question, how long to install the system from the time that we say go? It's about a week or so to order the parts and all the necessary stuff to get the job done. They have to order the panel and the detectors and such. The next question that you guys had was what town buildings are on Starlink. So naturally, the Ware Safety Complex, the South Ware Fire Station, at least Starlink is in. It's not working, but we're working on that. Ware Historical Society, AKA the Stone Building, and the old Town Hall has Starlink. The places that are still old, the old school hardwired, are the Town Hall here, Highway Department. I'm not sure if Transfer Station has any kind of alarm up there, and the library. Now, the library got hit by lightning last year, and the panel was replaced, but when they replaced the panel, the insurance company would not pay for the upgrade for Starlink. The panel that is in there is Starlink compatible. So if you did decide in the future to go to Starlink, it's very easy because the panel is a new panel. So that could be
What's the cost of
changed.
bringing that up to Starlink?
I could tell you that for our location, I want to say it was around $1,500, 14 something.
That's for the library, you think it'd be the same?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
you
know.
already got the panel.
Excuse me?
You already got the panel that's,
I didn't dive into the library because that's not my. I was talking everything about the South Station. I could find that out for you and let you know, but I didn't ask about the library upgrade or upgrading any other town facility.
are they currently protected, the library?
Yes. Yep. Everybody is protected except for the South Station right now because we don't have that phone line. And last question was how long was the quote good for? Because you guys got 2 quotes. And talking to Alan, he said that naturally they've been with the town's been with him for a long time. And, anything under a year, that he would honor the prices that he gave us. After a year, then he would probably have to, refigure things or whatever. And again, just to refresh you, the panel upgrade and doing the detectors was $6,460. And doing that same work, plus upgrading the wiring that he said that he recommends gets replaced, which now has to be put into conduit. That's where really the money is, and the labor is $9,126.
Now,
The
we're supposed to,
suggestion was, if you're going to approve it tonight, because we don't have a budget or a default yet, is to earmark it for government building, and then, government building fund. And then, at the end of the year, if there's
Left
maintenance money or something, we could offset it. But we don't have a proposed or default, but you do have money in your government building fund.
here's the rationale for doing it. $2.3 million worth of capital assets there. The building, 500,000. We know what the value of a fire truck is, 1.25 million, 1.25 million, 600 for an ambulance. And if we did put it on our insurance, we'd have to pay it back over 4.5 years anyways. So if we have a fire, we certainly like to know it before it became too late. I don't think there's any cost savings by waiting. I'd ask that we go forwards with this and take it out of government building fund. There's already 35,000 in there now? 38,000?
Quick question. The panel in this building, if we did Starlink in this building, we probably need to change that panel too.
I'm not gonna answer that because I don't know what the, most likely
I'm sure it's
the
same vintage as
panel.
ones down there.
Right, most likely the panel would have to be replaced. There was conversation with Alan when I was asking him about what town buildings were covered and what ones weren't by Starlink. When we said the town hall, there was a little bit of laughter in that because evidently it took a while for them to get everything online here in this building with the age of the panel.
But there is
Well-
a cost savings between copper and fiber, am I correct? Monthly?
Yes, because each panel requires basically two phone lines to run into the panel, and Starlink is doing that on two different things, and it's a lot cheaper.
What's the monthly savings?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I know we were paying, I believe it was $56 per line to have copper. What's that?
From the phone company.
From the phone, yes, yep, from the phone company. And again, that initial, like I said last time, that initial outlay of like, just say 1,500, because 1,462, I think, or whatever, that's what they charge, like, to put the safety complex and South Station, so I'm assuming it would be in that general range. So it's gonna take a couple years, to realize that savings that you're getting off the copper versus Starlink. Plus Starlink on generator, it's always gonna report. You have lines go down, the lines get ripped down, the system goes into trouble, you're not getting anything, right? Versus Starlink, the station's on a brand new generator, safety complex is on a generator, so all that stuff is, excuse me?
As long as somebody don't take out a satellite.
There's, I don't know how many satellite, we talked about that, I don't even remember how many I told you, there's over a couple thousand satellites up there that Starlink is beaming off of, so. So that's one benefit that you have, you're always gonna have, coverage for that, no matter what happens. I guess unless the generator dies, and then you have battery backup for, there's battery backup in that's minimum of 24 to 48 hours, usually backup for a signal to get out.
So to be fully compliant, just for my own education, it'd be 9,000, it was 9,000 and some change.
Correct.
For all the conduit and everything.
Correct,
Then there's an additional 1,500 for the Starlink, or is that included?
No, the Starlink has already been put in, that's already been, as to the best of my knowledge, that's already been paid for, that was last year. Starlink's already been put in, it's there, it's just a problem connecting it to that panel. So, that cost has already been realized up there.
Motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion, we approve $9,126 for the panel upgrade and wiring upgrade for a cell station to come out of the government building fund.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns?
No? Everything good with you?
Okay, good.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Next on the agenda is to finalize the purpose statements for 2026 town mailer, and I, at least personally, would like to thank Naomi and Beth for taking care of mine, because Naomi knows
Me too.
me, so, and anybody else that they took care of, that you guys didn't write your own. Appreciate it. Naomi's very good about making sure that's done. So, is there any comment, changes? We good to approve what we have in front of us?
So basically, the only thing, just so Jack came over and on Article 10, it's gonna add this couple of words. The proposed operating budget represents a 4.16% or 385, 331 over default. The 2026 proposed budget reflects significant rising operational costs, we're adding the word significant, personnel changes and adjustments resulting from many years?
Yeah.
Several years without an approved budget, many increase, address. All right, Jack. Where's many years going? Where it says several?
From many years, instead of several, right?
Resulting from many years instead of several?
Yep.
many years, sorry.
Spans 10 years, actually.
Many increases address inflation, contractual obligations, insurances, and underfunded accounts, while decreases reflect efficiencies and policy changes. Those are the two changes.
So insurance is going there too?
We're adding insurances after obligation, and we're changing several to many, and adding the word significant at second
Yep.
sentence after reflects.
Okay. And then I heard James make a,
James is 20,
25, right?
25.
getting rid of the last
Then we're gonna
sentence.
get rid of the last sentence. And then there's a change in 27,
It's mine.
which is one of Jack's, which had to do with the gravel. It says in most towns, planning boards and regulators, since excavation is a land use function, excavation is currently handled through the BOS office. This article would transfer the permission to the planning board where
Put a comma after planning board?
Traditionally
it
belongs.
traditionally belongs. I knew I would forget that
You
word.
said you could read my writing.
Well, I could earlier. That was
I got tired.
traditionally belongs, period. The Board of Selectmen members change more frequently than the planning board.
Good.
That's all. If anybody, any others, and I'll just put them in front of you. What I'm gonna do too is Benson gave you an abbreviated version. I had taken his on Article 20, Article
21 or 22?
21 and 22. He provided you with a copy, which I like his abbreviated ones, this was the first page. And he gave you the purpose of 12, 21, and 22. I'd like to insert his purpose in where mine was.
Okay.
You guys are okay with that?
Mm.
If you're good with it, the plan is, tomorrow night, the finance committee is going to finalize their statements. And then I'll add them, I got the schools ballot, I got the school purposes, and I'll get all of them, put it all together and, send it off to the printer and have it to be ready for I'll go to the printer. And then I'll come back and we'll deliver them, they're scheduled to come back the first part of March. So it can get out to the mail, people have it ahead of time.
All right. Good enough. Administrator's report.
Fire panel upgrade we just did, finalized purpose statements we did, we're pending, there's some fire contracts with, Anthem, WellSense, GSP, and there's been a couple more come our way. Those will be done. I do have an email, and you guys do too, I think, from the police chief regarding the J1 grant that needs amendment to. I don't know if any of you printed it, I told them I would take care of it because we started late. So basically, the select board had previously accepted the terms of the highway safety grant agreement in the amount of $9,500, and also previously accepted the terms of the first grant agreement amendment notice in the amount of $3,201 for an adjusted total grant limitation of $12,701, and now the select board is being asked to amend the grant terms of the MDT e-crash equipment as presented in a second agreement amendment notice in the amount of $22,860.97 for an adjusted total grant limitation of $35,561.97. And of that, you will need to previously vote, you have to amend your motion. And I have it all here if you wanna take it from me. And then that would be a first motion. And a second motion is needed to have the matching funds, where those are gonna come from, the cruiser details. And then third was to authorize Chief Moore to sign as sub-recipient one block for the grant.
How much of that matching funds be?
The matching, it says the police must provide matching funds in the amount of $6,800.84. And the total equipment, the total grant's gonna now be $29,661.81, and that, those two together add the $35,561.97. So he wrote out his motions. I know our copier doesn't work that well. It says one motion, two motions, three motions. I'll just have you do. If you can read the first motion and then the vote, and then the second motion and a vote. That's just all the information to the grant.
Before we go, just review, where are we taking this money from, out of his budget?
The special, I think he's got details,
Yeah, right,
but with a provision that it will go back
yeah. Got it.
in there, give us.
Thank you.
So you already previously approved it, but you now
Right.
have to make a second amendment because
Because the amount's changed.
the laws changed.
Yeah.
Looking where the second motion is, I'm trying to follow it, just so I
Yeah.
can.
That's what I wrote to you at the beginning from that past the minutes.
So the first motion would be,
Rescind.
make a motion to accept the amended grant terms, is that right? Okay, make a motion to accept the amended grant terms of the MDT E-Crash equipment as presented in the second grant agreement amendment notice in the amount of $22,860.97 for an adjustment total grant limitation of $35,561.97.
So moved.
A second?
Yeah, second.
Yes. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Against? Okay.
Then there's a second motion there.
So it doesn't need a third mo, there isn't a
And the
third?
motion.
Where's the third one at?
No, the third starts at the bottom. It says to authorize chief Lowers as seller recipient. See this, there's a second
So the
motion.
second one's here.
Yeah.
Move Ware Police Department, said Ware Police Department must provide funds in the amount of $6,800.84 to the MDT E-Crash equipment, total amount of $29,661.81. Oh, I move that Ware Police Department cruiser detail funds be used to facilitate this purchase. Once the purchase is reimbursed, the reimbursed funds shall be returned to the cruiser detail fund.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay.
There's a third one for.
Yep,
Tim.
now I get it, yep. Take a motion to authorize Police Chief Moore to sign the recipient one block on the Ware PD Highway Safety Grant 26-193 Grant Agreement Amendment Notice to and complete all associated blocks on the notice, accept the grant. On the notice, accept the grant.
So moved.
I'll second.
That didn't sound right, but any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against?
Thank you. And then I sent you all around, we had some good news. Cameron, passed his ICC certification, so he's
Yes.
now certified as a building
Excellent.
inspector, so I wanted you guys to know, but I think it's.
Yes, and I did come through, and so as a board, we'd like to say congratulations, Cameron.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've been studying for a while, so.
Yeah,
it worked out
That, that
well.
took a long time to fill that position, but it seems like we filled it with the right
I think you
person.
finally found the right person, yes. He's extremely happy, we get good reviews from him, and I think.
I haven't heard one complaint, and I used to. So,
Yeah.
if there was a problem, I'd hear about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass down, we had this discussion last week. We've got another request for camper abatement. I'm not sure how we wanna handle, an email was requested, it's up to the board. I'm not gonna use a name, it's another one, there's an address there, Cold Springs, $300. I think we need to have a discussion of how we're gonna do this. And I don't know what the answer would be. Mary Ann and I had talked about maybe putting together a mailer prior to the tax season arriving, if you're a camper, and maybe put some, I don't wanna say teeth into it, but I don't know how other than to let them know how the taxes work, because a lot of them are not familiar They think they come in, they stay for the summer, they get a second bill, they leave, and they get a second bill, and it's not their fault, you know, so I think we really need to, we have two, obviously, campgrounds. And it just seems to be now, we sent out reminders that your bill hadn't been paid, and now we're getting them out saying, I moved, I did this, I did that.
So isn't there really two pieces? One is to tell them what you're responsible for.
Yes.
The second one, do we want a policy for abating seasonal?
Well, I think that,
Campers?
you know, we talk about a policy and all sorts of policies, but, you know, I don't know, they take the camper and they go, or they sell their camper, and it's not my responsibility anymore, but what happens, and I don't think people understand, is when it goes to lien, your name appears at the Hillsborough County Registry of Deeds with a lien on it. So if you go to borrow money, or you go to do anything else, they're gonna wanna know why you have a lien on your name, you know. I just don't know, you know, continuing to abate it doesn't make it fair for everybody.
How hard would it be to just charge them for the first tax bill? for the
I
whole
thought of
amount?
that too, for the whole year.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can do that, can you?
Can you?
I don't know.
I mean, because usually, it used to be, we got the whole bill in December, and we split it in half, we charged half, and,
Well, you split it in half for the
Early.
mere fact that you do that
Right.
for tax, I'm sorry, for cash flow purpose, so that you don't borrow money, which costs us all.
right.
But,
But the taxes are kind of paid in arrears, not
well,
ahead.
no, because in June, you're paying from April 1st to September 30th.
Yeah.
And then in December, you're paying from October 1st to March 31st. It's kind of a wacky system.
Yeah.
Because you bill calendar, but the state makes it April 1st to March 31st.
Right.
So when you sell your home, basically, you've been ever
Prorated.
sold your home, you go to a closing statement, and you take the amount of taxes,
Right,
and
get
then from
prorated.
April 1st
Right.
to the however many days that you owned or lived in the house, you're responsible for, and then the new number is responsible of the new owner. But in these situations, a lot of times, the camper is, they just hook onto it and leave.
And we have no property to attach.
And there's nothing to attach other than their name and the tax bill is paid. I'm not sure what the answer is, but it is frustrating because we can't continue to anticipate getting a revenue that you're gonna give away.
Yeah.
You know, you set your tax rate based on, and your fund balance consists of cash in the bank plus your receivables that you haven't gotten yet. So if you're gonna continue to give away your receivables, your fund balance is gonna reflect that.
Do we want to accommodate people that only want to be here seasonally?
Say that again?
Do we want to accommodate people who only want to be here seasonally? I'm sure most people leave their stuff down at various campgrounds all year, even though they only occupy it for 3 months.
Yeah, but the season ones are the only ones that don't register them.
Yeah, because you get a choice. If you want to register your camper and leave it there, you pay the registration like you would your car, and then they send us a copy of the registration, I don't give you a tax bill. So you can register it, or you can get a tax bill. I know, I don't know what the answer is, Jack. It's just not fair to everybody else. I don't know how to do it.
I think
I think it's a larger discussion.
start out with, I think, is send a notice with the first tax bill explaining what their responsibilities are. I mean, they're gonna pay a whole
Well, I
year,
just didn't know if we sent it prior to in a regular mail.
or whatever.
And just let them know that if you're a camper, these are gonna, I would put together a letter for you to look at.
If you registered,
If you're a
no
seasonal
tax
camper,
bill.
you get a tax bill, unless the camper's registered, period.
yeah, so in other words, you gotta register it. Okay, so I think that's the
And whatever's there
solution.
April 1st is what your tax bill's on for the year.
Right, if your property sits as of April 1st, you're responsible for both taxes.
Yeah,
Whether you stay all season or not, it's there as of April 1st.
right.
I'm sorry, that makes
So,
sense.
I think it's a further discussion, but Mary Ann and I talked about, she was gonna pull the addresses of everybody in the campgrounds, and then we were gonna put together a letter, but I think the letter should come from you guys, because you're the ones that authorize the abatements.
Do we need to make a decision on this tonight?
Well, there's been a request, it's entirely up to you, I don't wanna use someone's name, you can use an address.
First time.
If you so choose, I know last time we've had one vote no, but, I mean, we sent out reminder letters, so we're getting all sorts of calls now. And left.
And this is pretty vague. We pulled it out in May. How do we know they pulled it out in May?
It's one of the reasons why I wasn't in favor of abating.
No, I get it, yeah.
Well, technically, if they put it on the road, it has to be registered.
To pull it out, they gotta put a plate on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it's a binary issue. Either it's there all the time, or they haven't registered. They haven't registered, you don't get a tax bill.
So the other thing that I really struggle with is this is the second half of the bill, right? So you pulled it out in May.
You didn't say anything
Still
in
need
June,
the
you get the bill in June.
In June, and when we billed in June, did you pay us in June? Right? So, that's what I'm saying, we removed the camper in May, I paid the July bill in person. So, I don't know,
Well, the way we fix that for real estate,
and then it says.
You have
can't
demolition.
Talk to someone at the window.
you have a demolition permit, which takes it off the tax.
Does the,
So should they have effectively an equivalent of a demolition to say, I removed it, they come in and they're required to have it removed off the tax? It's equivalent of a demolition.
Yeah, I just think there somehow needs to be a better, because, okay, I pulled it out in May, so who got on there and paid?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if they truly pull out in May, and we told them, if you don't want to get charged, because it's really April 1st, right?
April 1st is the cutoff date, yeah.
They already indicted themselves because May, they've got to pay the taxes.
Well, here's the problem. Naomi just nailed it. The campground probably charges a seasonal rate from May to May, because they're not even open. They don't even open the gate till May 1st. So May 1st, they pulled the camper out. They probably weren't a seasonal for last year, but somebody else moved in and used that site last year. They haven't got a tax bill yet because they weren't there in April.
That's what I don't understand how we can fix it. I don't know if there's a policy. I don't know. It's a bigger discussion than tonight. I don't want to need to get bogged down, but I think if we start with a letter, and I can do some research and see what other communities do as well, because we're not the only campground in it. You know, it just, but it doesn't make sense to me that if you pulled out in May and then you came and paid us in July.
Yeah.
That's what
I kind of like Jack's idea about getting a demolition permit.
I don't know, I think it's larger than tonight, but tonight the request is, are you or not gonna act upon this or not? You can do some more research.
Yeah, I don't think we want it tonight. I don't want to. I
Okay,
don't know if anybody else.
so we're gonna hold on that one. All right,
I'm gonna be a no. I'm against it.
and then, at the, January 22nd, 2026 planning board meeting, there was a motion to recommend Melissa to be the representative to replace Danny Jean for Southern New Hampshire planning. I don't know what the term is, but it gets recommended to us and then you make the appointment to Southern New Hampshire planning. And there was a motion made to recommend and it passed 4-0.
That was planning board?
Planning board.
I've got a question. The meetings are during the day, work day.
Okay.
How often?
Once a month.
I think they meet once a month.
Is it like a morning?
Typically mid-morning, yeah.
But you don't have to attend in person. You can attend online, right?
Zoom, yeah.
I mean, in the past, this has always been, a representative has always been a volunteer. Tom Clow was one for a long time as a volunteer. He worked. Danny Jean was a planning board member. She didn't work for the town. It's, to my knowledge, never been a town employee. I mean, except Naomi, but she's on the executive board. She does it by Zoom meeting.
Yes, yeah, you have to have a representative for where, so I'm on the executive board for where.
But is this something we want to make a town employee function?
Do we have anybody else that wants to do it?
And if so, are we willing to pay for half a day for her to go to the meeting?
I think it's only like an hour first.
Yeah, but they travel, get there, get back.
I just.
I
mean,
think we
there's-
can solve
I
this.
know what you're saying, the interest is there though. I mean,
Yeah.
she's interested.
No, I'm just putting it out there. I'm
No,
not,
no, I totally, I
Why
get
don't,
it.
why don't we just post that there's an opportunity for a volunteer? Nobody shows up. If we want to be in Southern New Hampshire, then we give it to her. I mean, make the effort to see if a volunteer wants to do it. If they don't, we should be represented. Give it to Melissa.
I'm not poo-pooing the idea, just letting everything out there, that's all.
I'm just saying, why don't we just see
You
who
can see if
wants to
there's a
do it?
volunteer at the planning board, and, I mean, you have 2 reps, so,
Yeah.
right now you got none, really. I mean, I'm on the executive board, but I'm not, there's still 2
The
reps.
post, we have 2 openings.
Okay, all right, we can do that, and then, that. Then the last thing is, I think I forwarded you all, James, I sent you the, what we found, which, there was a question about donation for the ice derby for clarification. I found that in, March 14th of 2023, Article 15, passed, and it talks about, all revenues received by parks and rec facilities and services to include fees, charges, or other income derived from the activities or services supported by Park and Rec will be deposited into the revolving fund. And the money in the fund shall be allowed to accumulate from year to year, and shall not be part of the general fund. So I think, did that answer your question?
I think it does, yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to do more clarification, I probably should have done it in correspondence, but I was thinking about it. So I gave you that, and, next Monday night, the town office is closed on Monday for President's Day, so you have no meeting. The following Monday night, you're gonna have a public hearing with regards to the percentage, going from 50 to 100% of the transportation fund, that's starting at 7. Coverage at the polls, we've had discussions around coverage at the polls, for the mere fact that, Benson and Jack cannot be inside, so that leaves, Bruce, James, and Benji, and if Benji, can appoint whomever he'd like to be in his place, there is a law that allows that. Just let Pam know who's gonna sit in your spot.
And it'd be that I would be there, just would be, there would be another person, I was hoping.
Oh, okay,
That's what I was
yeah,
hoping.
I would just ask that you talk to Pam, and just
Yeah.
make sure there's enough.
No, I intend on being there, whatever,
Yeah,
sharing my role, it's just
yeah,
going from 5 to 3, I thought if we could interject one more person that,
sure, okay. I would just
Relieve
ask,
one of
just
the 3 of
double
us is
check
what I
with
was
Pam to
thinking,
see
that's
what
all.
she's got, I asked today if she had enough coverage, and I got one of those, so.
That was,
I'll
I was
ask
planning
her.
on being in there, but
Yeah, no, I figured the 3 of us was, that's a long freaking day, I'll tell you, and it's really supposed to be 2 of us at a time, so I mean, I'm telling you, my
And,
plantar fasciitis and,
Bruce attended the training for the new, is it new ballot?
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that, you be the.
well, not my arthritis, I'm feeding and take 12 hours, so I was hoping to have somebody,
You know, it's even longer when you're standing out there on the sidewalk holding a sign for the whole time.
yeah.
I can be there first thing in the morning, but I can't stay late in the afternoon, so.
And then there'll just have to be somebody that's gonna have to bring the ballots over here, right?
Yep,
Because they only go here, it's a local, it doesn't go to us.
yep.
So at the end of the night, once all tallied and everything is taped up, someone has to come over here and put them away. Right, honestly, that's all done.
All right. Manifest, it actually didn't look super long, so I'll try to spit that out. Move to order the treasurer to sign the payroll and accounts payables checks dated February 12th, 2026 is included in the following manifest. Payroll manifest, $84,164.50, part of weekly payroll. Accounts payable manifest, $77,277.72 for a total of $161,442.22. As there is no selectmen meeting scheduled for February 16th, 2026, I move to vote to order the treasurer to sign payroll checks dated February 19th, 2026, estimated to be about $95,000. Furthermore, to order the treasurer to sign up to the amount of $100,000 for accounts payable that cannot wait until the next scheduled meeting. Reports and actual check amounts will be reported to the Board of Selectmen by inclusion on the manifest memo at the next scheduled meeting. Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You want to do minutes?
Yeah, I got them right here if everybody wants to see them.
I wasn't here, so I'll just,
Minutes from the second.
Do you have any questions?
No.
anybody have anything on the minutes?
Did you read it?
I did, no change for me.
Any motion to accept the minutes for February 2nd, 2026,
Second?
as presented?
You gotta make a motion first.
No.
I thought you were making a
He
motion.
said I'd
then.
look for.
I
Oh,
look for a motion.
well, I make a motion to accept the minutes of the
All right,
second.
do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain, I wasn't here.
Aye.
You weren't there.
Fair enough.
Selectmen committee updates. I did attend the cemetery advisory committee. They're just looking to gear up to get their work done. Get a hold of their, to get their work done on the headstones there. And they're gonna look to order their cleaning materials before, or shortly after cold weather, so it doesn't freeze everywhere, so. They're just looking forward, I think, to the next upcoming year's, maintenance and repairs, and I think they got a work session they're gonna work on next week.
Yeah,
maybe.
the 19th I posted today.
So, yeah, so, just moving forward, nothing
Conservation.
exciting.
Conservation Commission is Wednesday.
James, you anything?
I have correspondence from Chris Conroy of the Energy Commission. He's asking to move forward on getting vendor estimates on town buildings for insulation and so forth. And he believes we need an okay from the board for him to engage those vendors. And he's looking for that.
Make a motion, we give the Energy Commission authority to talk to vendors about getting quotes for evaluating town buildings for,
It's like an energy survey?
Well, I think they had an energy survey, now they
yeah,
want
now
to.
looking for prices.
He's looking for
doing the
quotes
work.
on insulation,
Yeah.
lighting,
Yeah, getting
town
vendors
building,
for,
safety complex.
for doing the work per the guidelines they were given by that lady that did the audit.
Exactly.
I don't remember her name.
Margaret.
Margaret,
Yeah, it escapes me at the moment. I know who you're talking about.
yeah, we're getting quotes to fulfill Margaret's audit
Yeah.
findings.
So it was his understanding that the board had to approve that. That's why we're looking for that.
Yeah.
Well, because you own the buildings.
I'll make a motion, we can give authority to solicit quotes for that.
I'll second. Discussion on it? Huh. All right, all in
Aye.
favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
I'll let him know.
Anything, Bruce?
No.
You didn't write it.
No, we're not gonna meet till next month.
Correspondence? Had a busy week, I did breeze through everything, don't remember anything that you might.
I think I might have snagged it under mine,
I thought so, yeah.
the ones that I gave you, unless it's somebody else.
No, I think you got it. Well, setting tentative agenda, it's a couple of weeks, I mean, just wanna see what.
Yeah, so what, I've got a couple of non-public requests, one hire for a new hire.
Okay,
And we have one under A and C, but you do have a public hearing that starts at 7. But again, if anybody needs something between now and then, we don't really need it.
You know, if we do non-public at 6:30, it should be enough time for that.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that.
yeah, unless there's a second one, we just do it
Yeah,
at 6.
I mean, we'll just think, you know, at least a week, things can happen
Right.
in a week, so.
If the non-public goes quick, I mean, we can bang out
Yeah,
a bunch of stuff before the 7 o'clock public hearing.
I do just have a quick, can I ask for a quick non-public at the end for you all?
Yep.
I don't have anything, we can look in the agenda. and
I'll
follow
go
it.
down downstairs for 2 seconds, but yes.
Yeah.
Under what?
A and C?
Before we do that, does Mr. Tiffany want anything else, or is he just
I don't think
curious?
so. Are you all set?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, he's just watching our meeting and
Oh,
everything else.
okay.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna move into non-public from here, and when we come out non-public, we will adjourn for the night. Thank you for coming in, and
Thank you for the audience.
I think we can,
And
I
consideration.
think we can make this work. It'd be nice to see a business come into town, back in town, so,
It'll be fun.
yes, I appreciate it, so. I move that we go in non-public, 91A, numeral 3,
A and C.
A and C.
Second.
James?
Yes.
Yes.
Angie, yes?
Yes? Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna shut this off for a minute while Benji disappears.
Flip the switch.
Not yet, hang on.